Hey guys, it's Kendra. Today I have a prom inspired makeup and hair tutorial for you. For my hair I went super easy, so anybody can do this. I just went for big voluminous curls, which I love to do. I think they look awesome on every single person. And then I show you a couple different ways you can style it. So you can leave it down if you want, you could do a half up, a couple different options that are so easy that you don't need to go get your hair done somewhere. You can totally just do it at home. And then for my face, I went with very neutral colors. I wanted to be very highlighted and bronzed looking, so no matter what you're wearing, this will match with it. It's just kind of emphasizing all of your features, and I love it. This video is also a collab video with Hannah Renee here on YouTube. So she is going to do her own take on a prom makeup and hair look, and also she will show you some outfit ideas. So I will put her channel down below. Go subscribe to her. I know you guys will love her content. She does lifestyle videos, hauls, beauty routines, she has really good videos, and I know you guys will love her. And I think that's all I have to say to you. I'm running out of breath. So I hope you guys all enjoy today's video, and let's get started. So starting with bronzer, I'm taking my Alima Pure Sedona bronzer, and I'm going to use this to warm up my face. Now I already have my concealer on, foundation, primer, all that stuff. So if you want to know what I have on first, then I'll have that all in the info section down below. So for my bronzer, I'm going to swirl this on the outer parts of my face, so my cheekbones, my chin, the temples, and then also bringing that down to my neck. This bronzer is so beautiful. It isn't matte, but it's not shimmery. It just gives your skin a beautiful glow and radiance. I've been using this non-stop, so love this. And then depending on what you're wearing, make sure to take your bronzer down to your neck and just kind of on your chest so that everything is even and your neck matches your face. Moving on to blush. This is NARS Luster, and it is a beautiful apricot color and it has a bit of a sheen to it. So any peachy shade, I like using a neutral for this look because it gives your skin a little bit of a glow and color to the cheeks, but it's not overpowering. It just kind of emphasizes the dewiness that we're going for. And then I'm using my Mary Luminizer by The Balm for our highlight. So I'm just using a stippling brush. This is Sonia Kashuk stippling brush. And I'm going to put that on the tops of my cheeks, right around my eyebrows, the center of my forehead, down my nose, and a bit on my chin and the top of my lip. Now for our eyes, I'm taking these two colors by Morphe, and I'm going to apply them with my fingers because I like applying metallic and shimmer shades with my finger because it just kind of packs on the color more. So I'm applying this gold shade first all over and then taking the excess product under my eye and then going in with that bronzy color on top and focusing that more on the outer part of my eye and then blending that inside. Next, I'm taking Soft Brown by MAC, and this is just a very light brown, and I'm blending this into the crease to soften the edges of the shadow we just applied. I have so much eyeshadow on that brush, so pretty gross. Then I'm taking a big brush, just a fluffy brush, and applying it like a light ivory shade right underneath my brow. Then I'm taking Texture, which is a little bit darker than Soft Brown, and I'm going to focus this more on the outer part of my crease and then blend that, taper that in towards the center of the eye, but trying to keep that on the outside of the crease. Sorry, that's way out of focus. Then take a chocolate brown shade, something a little bit darker, and I'm going to pack that on to the outer part of our lid. And I'm keeping that below my crease, so just packing it on the outer part of our lid and then blending that inside a little bit more. And then once I have the color applied, I'm going to go back in with a blending brush to soften the edges a bit more. And then I'm taking that brush that we used to apply that chocolate color and putting a little bit more of that shade into the crease just to darken it up a bit. And once again, go back in with a blending brush to soften it out. Then I'm taking this flat brush and first I'm going in with a dark brown underneath my eye and just work that in. And then I'm also going to take Texture, which is a little bit lighter, more of an orangey brown, and I'm applying that right on top and just blend that back and forth. I use a different brush here to just really work that product in so it looks nice and smoked out. And for our inner highlight of our eye, I'm using the highlight that we use on our face. So just apply this onto the inner tear duct and then blend it up and out to the center of your eye, and same with the bottom. Now for eyeliner, I'm taking my Physicians Formula liner, and first, this is what I've been doing like every day. So I use this just to create a line all across my eye. I haven't really been using this to create my wing. I've been using a new liner by Blink, and it had, look at how tiny the brush is. It's insane. So I use this to perfect my line, make it even, and then I also use this to create my wing. So for this look, I like to play up the eyes a little bit, so I'm doing a little bit more liner than I typically would. My wing isn't that intense. I don't usually make a super drastic wing, but the line is a little bit thicker because when you're taking pictures, you want your eyes to really stand out, and since I'm not doing much with our lips, I want our eyes to be the main focal point. So one little tip, if you guys mess up, just take a Q-tip, and I just lick mine, and then I just run it along the base to smooth out that line, and then put a little bit more shadow around there just to blur out the edges a bit more. So I really want our line to be nice and inky black. So once you curl your lashes, I'm taking my NARS liner and lining the upper lash line on the waterline, and it makes it just nice and black, and you don't have any skin showing. Guys, this mascara has officially changed my life. If you need a new mascara, buy this. Oh my goodness, when you curl your lashes with this, after it has dried, your lashes will look like fake so long. It makes your lashes so defined and thick and long. I'm in love. So for your bottom lash line, your waterline, you could do two things. You could use a nude liner. A nude liner will make your eyes look bigger and brighter. So if you have smaller eyes, that's a good option. I'm using black because it is a little more appropriate for night. It makes my eyes just look a little more done, so that's what I chose. And for my lips, I'm mixing two lipsticks. These are the L'Oreal Infallible. One is in Unending Kiss, which is more of a purpley pink, and then Perpetual Peach, which is a peach. So I'm mixing those together just to create a nice neutral pink look, and then applying my Sarah Happ lip balm on top. Okay, makeup is done. We are moving on to the hair. So what I do is first take half of my hair and pull it back because I have a ridiculous amount of hair, so I have to keep it under control. So I'm using my Cortex 4-in-1 curling iron. This is my favorite. This is what I recommend to all my friends. It is on Amazon for a little bit cheaper, I think, than when I originally got it. So I will have a link to it down below. I either use the biggest wand or the second to biggest wand for my waves. And what I do is I curl all of my hair away from my face. So as you're wrapping the wand, wrap it away from your face. And for this look, I'm going to curl the ends. So I'm going to, curl the very tip of the hair. Sometimes I leave about 2 inches out. That'll give you a more beachy look. But if you want it to look a little more done, then curl the entire section of the hair. So when I'm doing my hair, I don't touch my curls until I'm completely done. So curl your entire head, but leave them as is. When I'm curling the front sections of my hair closest to my face, what I do is I wrap it around away from my face, leave a few inches at the end out, and then I pull that down a little bit and then just kind of hold it for a minute. And what it does is it smooths the top part, so it really frames your face and gives you that kind of blown out wave away from your face. So that's what I do on the just front pieces, and it just gives you that really pretty wave right there. But for the rest of my hair, I just curl it normal. Some are looser, some are tighter. It honestly doesn't matter. I kind of just like the relaxed, effortless look. And when you use a curling iron wand, your curls will last a lot longer because the curl starts on the top and then works its way down, so you have more heat up there, so it'll last you all night, which is awesome. So once you curled all of your hair, then run your fingers through it, just kind of break up some of those pieces and see if there's any curls that need touching up, so you can just go back in and give those a little bit more of a tighter curl. And now we're going to go in and style our hair. So you need a teasing brush. This is key, guys. It's only like $5 on Amazon. And I'm going to go in sections all around my hair, starting at the top around the crown of your head, and just tease that down. And this just gives you so much volume. It's just a must when I curl my hair. So I like to also tease on the underneath sections of my hair too, and it really makes your hair look super full. Just be sure after you tease it to kind of brush around that area so you don't have like a knot in your hair. You don't want it to look ratty at all. So once you tease it, just go in and kind of smooth out those areas so it looks nice and smooth. It doesn't look like we tease it, it just looks like your natural hair, right? And then I'm going in with my Got2b volumizing powder. So what this does is it holds that tease that we just did. So it's just this light powder and you rub it into your roots and it gives your hair just instant volume and it'll help that tease just stay all night. The only thing about this stuff, it makes your hair a little bit tacky. So like the next day it kind of feels a little gritty, but I think it's completely worth it because it makes your hair so voluminous. The last step is to apply a serum or an oil. This is the agave oil. I'm just applying a little bit all over my ends to smooth out the ends. This will make your hair shiny and look just really smooth. So a couple of styling ideas. If you want a bohemian look, you can twist or braid 2 pieces of hair back and then just pin them at the back of your head. You can just cross 2 bobby pins and then take 1 bobby pin down to make it super secure. Another thing you can do is bring your hair all the way to the side, pull a few strands in the front to frame your face, and then you can either put it in a loose ponytail or you could do a braid. You can do a fishtail braid, and this just gives you a different type of look. Another option is to do a half updo. So I just pull my hair half up. You can secure it with a rubber band, or if you don't have that much hair, you can just use a couple bobby pins. And I like to frame my face with a few pieces of hair. And then once you have your hair secured, you can kind of pull pieces so it looks a little bit looser and it gives you a little more volume and kind of makes it look a little romantic. You can just kind of mess with it. There's something that I just love about a simple hairstyle. For me, when I went to dances, the last thing I wanted to be worried about was my hair. So whatever you do to your hair, to your makeup, just do something that you can be really comfortable in so you can just have a good time. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for stopping by and I will see you soon.